Right, so what's going on, guys? This feels a little bit weird because I've never done anything like this before on my channel, but it's definitely worth doing. It's probably better doing it this way instead of doing it on stream where you guys
Thank you for trying this demo.
Sorry if you can hear that. Thank you for trying this demo shit all the time, because that guy keeps on saying it. But yeah, it's better you guys watching this rather than watching me do it on stream. So yeah, this is what I have so far. This is what I created on stream. So obviously I created the chords. I mean, they don't sound great. I mean, I created the chords on...
Thank you for trying this demo.
This guy's going to annoy the shit out of me. Right, I guess I can mute silent. I think that's silent there. Must be, that is. Yeah, alright, that's silent. I think I've muted it, so you won't say that right now. So this is a chord progression I made on stream. I'll just solo that quick. So, I mean, I wasn't too happy with it, but it sounded a bit better here. But this isn't going to be the main chord progression. It's not going to be the main one now. So, yeah, but this is how it sounds. It's not going to be the synth I'm using anyway. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. So here it is. Sounds pretty bad. So yeah, I need to go and make that on silent or on a different plugin. I mean, I didn't really like the sound of it. I mean, it sounded alright on the piano. Play that now.
Thank you for trying this demo.
It doesn't sound great either. But we need to work on it to make it sound a lot better. And this is what we have so far without the muted shit. Doesn't sound great because I haven't even sidechained it, I haven't even used the proper chords. All I've done is just put the drums there and just try and figure out what would sound good in terms of melody. So I'll just play this over for a minute just so you guys hear it. Doesn't sound the best, but it can definitely be turned into something decent once I've had the chance to do it. So just quickly play that now. Right, so that's what we have so far. Obviously you can tell the mix and everything doesn't sound great. I mean, I can make the synth sound a lot better and everything, but I'm just using basic synths and shit right now before I actually correct stuff. But you can tell, like, the melody and the lead, it sounds like it has potential. So yeah, it sounds pretty decent, so I'm glad we're gonna do something about that. But first, what I need to do is sort out the drums, because that's what I was doing first. This is all I have so far with the drums, because I created them. Actually, let's save this. I'll save this and go ahead and go to the drum production. So yeah, I can't use new tone, guys, so that's why I'm going to have to use new projects to actually use new tone. But this is what I did obviously in the first part of the stream, just making the drums. So this is obviously how they sound. That sounds alright, but it needs some layering and stuff. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is go to this, and I'm going to get the wave file from those drums, and then I'm going to layer it using new tone and getting the drums in key. So I'm going to take this fruit limiter off because it's bullshit. So let's delete that. So yeah, anyway, you can probably tell that the track sounded alright. Obviously it sounded quite amateur. I haven't done any side chaining, I've done no mixing, so that was just me testing out the melody and seeing if things would actually, be in key and sound good. And I think they do, but obviously it's going to take a lot of work for it to sound proper. So I'd like to do that on stream. But for now, I think this not on stream, on video. I think this one is just going to be just layering the drums, and then maybe in the next video I can go ahead and get the melodies and stuff nailed down, and the chords. I'll layer the chords in the next video, and just layer everything, layer the bass and the lead, just get everything done properly. So yeah, I think that would be ideal. But anyway, let's go ahead and lay these drums, shall we? So I'm just going to click on my file thing. Don't even know what's File Explorer. I'm such an idiot. Can't even name things properly. So, right, let's go to drum and bass one waves, and these are just the drums. That's all I have so far, pretty much, that I've rendered. This is how I produce music, by the way. I always render stuff so it doesn't use up the CPU, because it's only on 4 there. Whereas if I actually played everything in the from FL Studio itself, it would kind of mess up. So I have to do wave files like this. So this is all we have. So yeah, we're going to be doing it like that. Let's hope it doesn't clip. Yeah, it sounds fine. The reason why I start the wave file, I give it a bit of space. As you can see, this bit, I always give it a bit of space. If I was to just drag this here like that, you wouldn't hear the whole kick. I mean, it sounds like you do, but there's obviously still quite a bit that you miss. I'm pretty sure, anyway. So I'll just minimize it here. Actually, I think that's pretty much perfect. I'm actually surprised at that. I'm actually really surprised that starts dead on where it's supposed to. That's crazy. So you don't actually miss anything, because sometimes it ends up like this. It's just like one little bit missing, and then it makes it sound completely messed up like this. I mean, this might not make a difference, but it probably sound a bit weird. I'll just show you now. Probably sounded like it didn't make so much difference, but sometimes it does. You can tell sometimes when it's not there, but I think that's actually fine. I think that's perfect. We don't actually have to worry about the clipping or anything there, so let's just leave it like that, and it should sound fine. The one thing that I am concerned about as well, though, is the tail here. The tail, so I just got to let that run. Whereas if I do this, it probably sound a bit weird. It just kind of restarts. You want the tail, so it just sounds like the hit of that last hat just carries on through the next drum loop. That'll probably sound alright. Yeah, that sounds perfect. It just sounds natural. So the key of the drums are in G, so obviously I want to layer the kick, and I want to layer the snare. That's all I want to do really. I think the hats sound fine as they are. Hats don't really need to be too powerful or anything. I mean, maybe I could just add like a little sample, like a drum and bass, like drum sample with it, just EQ it, so it has a few more like dynamic hats. But I think it sounds alright as it is. I don't really need to put too much emphasis on the hats. So what I'm going to do is lay the drums in. So I might not need to layer the kick. It's probably a little bit unnecessary, but I don't know. It's probably is needless to layer the kick because it does sound. It sounds pretty solid as it is. And also I've got the rides on them. As you can probably hear if I just do this. I'll just double click it quick. You can obviously hear the ride in the background. So I think that's fine. Probably needless to lay the kick, guys. Because if I master it, the kick's going to be solid anyway, and I don't want it to be too much. So I'll probably make the snare a little bit more punchy. So I guess that'd be a better idea. So I've got snares here. We're just going to go through some. Ideally, it'd probably be dubstep snares because they're obviously heavier. So let's play them. So just something small. It doesn't have to be anything big because we've already got the big snare, right? If I play it, so we've already got the big snare. Just add something like really small, kind of quiet, just like makes the snare sound a little bit stronger. So right, that's what we're going to do. Let's drag that snare here, which is in C. Apparently it's in C anyway. It might not be, so I'm going to have to check on new tone. Right, so let's shorten down that sample because it's way too long. As you can hear, there's a massive tail on it, and you can obviously hear it as well. Whereas if I shorten it, there you go, the tail's gone. No needless shit at the end. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background, he's obviously scratching himself. Right, so let's just add these two like that. Oh shit. Just add them in. This is how it sounds. It's not going to sound great, but so you can hear the difference, guys. The snare now sounds a little bit better. Got a bit more emphasis on it. Probably shouldn't talk while stuff is playing, but it's got a bit more emphasis on it now. But I'll still need to put it in key. It's probably going to sound bad if I put it in key, but that's what we're going to have to check. Right, so I'm going to link this to the mixer. Let's quickly do that. Yeah, I'll turn the limiter. Forgot about that. Obviously turn off the limiter because that makes things sound louder than what they should be. Right, that's fine. But we need to find out what key this drum is actually in. It says C on it, but it might not actually be C. New Tone will tell me. This is only a demo version of New Tone, so it doesn't allow me to use New Tone twice in one project. Well, it actually does allow you to use it twice in one project. You can use it as much as you want in one project, but once you reopen the project, like you leave the project and then go back in, then it doesn't allow you to do it. So that's why I've got to use multiple projects to use New Tone. And also you can't actually save files of New Tone either, so that kind of sucks. So I'll have to kind of work around that, try and figure out something so I can sort out vocals and other stuff. Anyway, let's drag this in. So it says that it's in C, right? That DDS heavy 085 underscore C. Now maybe it is not. Maybe it says C. Well, according to this, D, F sharp, G sharp, E, G, C. So it says it's in C when it actually, New Tone says that it's actually in G, which is actually strange. That is dodgy. Why does it say C when it's not in C? Always check what key it's in, guys. And there's a reason why it says, there's a reason why the drums have a key next to them, because it does actually matter what key your drums are in. It actually does make a difference. I mean, it might not sound like it makes much of a difference, but you can definitely tell. Sometimes you'd rather have your drums in key rather than out of key, because you know, sometimes it can just make the drums can just sound so much more higher quality if they're in key. And this, for some odd reason, is actually in G when it says C. So, even though I've just explained that 5 times and you guys have just seen it, but yeah. I knew that snare. I mean, if that's distinguish. I mean, that obviously is in G because I'll put that in G. And you hear this. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's in the same key. Right, that's perfect actually. It's so convenient that it's actually in the exact same key as the snare, the original snare that I'm using. So, right, let's EQ it quick. I'm going to play it just by itself. Just let it run through while I'm EQing it. And just, I'm not really doing too much to it, guys. I don't need to do anything, to be honest. There's no real point. So I usually, every time I EQ, I just use Steep 8 because it just eliminates all the shit. So obviously, where you can see the light is most fluent is obviously here near the 2 and 3, and right at the top here. So just cut out the needless stuff, because that might just mess up a little bit. So that's all I do, I just cut that all out, and then just let the main frequencies do their own thing. I don't need to increase anything, because it's only the layer snare, don't forget. Don't have to do anything, guys. But it's always nice to clean it up, because you never know, it might just do something to the mix. So, let's do that. I always do it again with a 40 Hz plus 18 Hz cut. I don't know why, but it's just a force of habit. It's just the way I do shit. There's no rules to making music, so screw it. I'm not too bothered. And I always cut off like the end bit as well. Doesn't really make too much difference because there isn't really any sound right at the end there. So, I mean, this is the difference. If any of you haven't used EQ before, if I bring that down, so that's what EQing is, guys. Once again, speaking once fucking something is playing, but yeah, that's what EQing is. It's the frequency of the sound, and you can kind of squish the frequency of the sound, if you know what I mean. It's such a weird explanation, but you can do a low pass, you can do a high pass. This is a high pass. And obviously the low pass is the other way around, which is this. So yeah. Might be the other way around, I don't really know all the terms, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean in general. So I guess that is all we need to do. I mean, it's still quite loud. I'll just turn that down a little bit. And now we can just play it with the normal snare. Snare definitely sounds a little bit stronger as if I turn this off. That's what you can hear, right? So that snare actually sounds a little bit nicer. Probably turn it down a little bit because you don't want it to be too strong. So I'm going to turn it down and turn it up just to see where it makes a difference. Too strong. Alright, so I can turn it off. Yeah, I think that's fine. That sounds good. obviously when I actually use the drums in the track, I'm gonna have to obviously use some dynamics. I can't just have this same drum loop like in the main part of the track all the way through. I need to add a few more different things, but maybe I can just record things individually. I don't know, but it would probably be a better idea, because I didn't actually know that this snare. This is quite annoying, to be honest, because this snare is actually in G when it says it's in C. I mean, this one says it's in G, but it's probably not. It'd probably be a better idea for me to go back to the drum, go back to this actual drum production, and then manually put it in the actual drum pattern rather than putting it over the sample, over the wave file, because that means I can actually do more with it. Because instead of cutting up this wave file, it'd probably be a bit dodgy. It'd be better if I actually go ahead and do it in the other one. I only just thought of that. Quite silly of me, but still, wasn't my fault. May as well save this regardless. But yeah, I've just learned something. Let's see, I can't use new tone in this if I go back to this project, but it's fine because all I'm doing is layering that snare. Right, let's go ahead and go back to drum production. I'm such an idiot, but screw it. Just realised it would be a lot easier. I don't know why that EQ is on full screen, but yeah. So the reason why I'm doing it here now on panel 1 is because I can manually just add it in here and then just create dynamic drum loops to towards that main part of the track that I showed you at the start. So obviously this sounds the exact same as a sample because it's a wave file. It's on a key, so don't worry about that. So all I need to do now, guys, this is all I need to do, is just go to this one that says C when it's actually in G, and then take it in just right near the snare, in between the snare and the crash. Doesn't matter where you put it, to be honest, as long as you actually place it. As long as you actually put these things in the right position, and you're all good. Right, let's just take the tail off that. Obviously the snare sounds too strong, so I need to sort this out. Send this to the mixer. Right, so obviously I've linked everything here. I've done it separately. This is what I actually did on stream. Sorry for talking over drums again. I need to stop doing that. That's right. Let's link it. I'm going to rename this snare layer. I don't have to do too much with it. This isn't a tutorial, by the way, guys. It's just me producing my own track and just doing things my own way. But obviously, showing some of you guys, you know, what things are about. Because obviously, you mainly like this. This is FIFA channel basically, and if any of you are interested in doing, you know, music production, then it's good to just show you guys some stuff. There might be quite a few music people that watch these videos. There might be quite a few that watch these because, you know, it might be a new thing. Because if I do FL Studio stuff, people are probably going to watch it, like music production people. So yeah, right. Let's just cut this again. I forgot actually this goes across 2. Let's do that again. That's why it's only playing twice out of 4 rather than 4 out of 4. A little bit more high to that. A little bit more high. can't use that thing here where I change. Oh, it's a weird one. I used to be able to do this on my other laptop. I can't do it on here. It's really weird. Oh, well, doesn't matter. I'm just add a little bit more height to it. Make it sound a little bit better. So let's tell the difference. I like my hats to be quite low, because when it's mastered, the hats actually, because the highs they increase so much, I like them to be quite low. They might be too low, but that's just my personal preference. Yeah, I think that's fine. I only need one kick, I don't have to worry about anything else. I think the kick's at -8. That's where the kick should be. I'll turn it down a tiny bit just in case it gets too loud. That should be fine. So, right guys, what we're going to do is, so the chorus of the track was, I think it was like this long, must have been, surely. Well, it wasn't this long, it's longer than that, I'm such an idiot. Must be that, must be. I'll just double check quick, so I can adjust the drums accordingly. See how it goes. Maybe what I can do actually is, yeah, I've got an idea actually. Let's quickly do this. Let's go to melody testing. Just wait for it to load. Right, so yeah, it lasts quite long. So it lasts 8 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you can see that. Because like light grey, dark grey.
Thank you for trying this demo.
And yeah, thanks to Silent for reminding me, or for thanking me constantly about trying the demo. Right, so this isn't obviously high quality at all, but we're just going to render this. Obviously, this sound here. So we're going to render just as a test, so we can sort out the drums in the
Thank you for trying this demo.
in the other project. So let's save that quick and then export it. Let's do it. I'll just do drum. I'll just do synths to test drums. Just do that. Just gonna make a little noise at the end here, which is actually quite a sick noise. It's gonna take a while to render because it's obviously you've got Silent in there, you've got Citrus. You know, I've got my bass in there, 3x oscillator in there. I've just got a few different VSTs. It's just going to take a little while, and obviously that's like over a minute long, so I'll just let it do its thing quick. It's going to make a little noise here, really nice noise. There you go, right. Makes you feel like you're in a fucking, dunno, like you're in a spaceship or something. You just like open the door and it welcomes you. Do. Anyway, so what I've got to do is just take this to documents, because it won't allow me to drag it into FL Studio if I don't. So yeah, right. Well, I can, but I'd have to go through ImageLine, FL Studio, data, and all that. I can't be asked to do that, so I'll just send it to documents. It's just so much easier to access. So yeah, right. Some documents, drag it to drum and bass one waves. Do that. Go to drum production. Don't know why that EQ is at full screen. Just turn that down a bit. Quite funny. God knows why it's like that. Maybe it's a glitch or something, I don't know. With a kick. It's so weird. Right, back to normal. Beautiful. So right now I'm just going to drag this into here. And I'm an idiot because I left the master on. Let's. Oh well, right. Funny little mistakes by me. Let's delete that. We've got to re-render it. Oh wow, okay. Let's go back to melody testing. No, don't save changes. I'll waste the memory, I may as well delete that now. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's do it again. A master on here. I'm such an idiot with the mastering. I do 2 Maximuses with Clear Master RMS, but it actually makes things sound really, really clean and loud. So it actually does sound pretty sick. Obviously, if you like hear it now, obviously as I haven't mixed things, it doesn't sound that clean, but it does sound good. Like if you mix pretty clean with our master, it would sound pretty sick. Anyway, let's turn it off because yeah, I messed that up big time. I only put that master on just to test out how it would sound like while with the master on. Yeah, now it's off. It's gonna be a bit quieter now, obviously, if you hear. I've got another synth for that top end lead, by the way. As you can see here, silent lead preset. I created that myself, and it's probably going to sound a lot more high quality. So yeah, I'll actually show you that in a minute after I've done this again. So I'll just call it synth to test drums 2. Oh shit, dross. Right, just wait for that to render again, which should take a little longer. Should take a little shorter because the master is off, but yeah, let's just wait. It's funny that I've probably been, how long have I been recording? 33 minutes, and all I have done is lay the drum. Oh wow. Probably just too much talking and shit, but I am quite a slow worker, guys. I just do things very, like, in moderation. Because I pay attention to, like, small things when I do it. But maybe it's just my habits. I don't know. So, let's just do it again. This one, send its documents. And then go to documents and drag it back up. And then boom. Right. Just quickly save that.
Thank you for trying this demo.
Go back to drum production. We're not going to hear that bastard in this project because silent is not open. Now we can put this in. Did you notice it's smaller? It's not mastered, so wow, that lasted longer than what I thought it did. Okay, so this is how it's going to sound. Delete that and that because you obviously like a bit more of a break on the 8th bit. Let's give it a test sound. It's going to sound exactly the same. I may as well sidechain it actually. Probably be a good idea. And that synth there, guys, is not what I'm going to be using. We're going to do that in the next video. Make it sounds, the synths sound a lot better and a lot more high quality than that. That's just me testing it out with random synths, you know, just to test out the chords and the melody. I'll do the sound design, not sound design, but just, you know, choose better sounding synths than that, better sounding presets than that in the next video. Right, we may as well sidechain this real quick. I've only got to do it for this bit here. It's going to take a little while. I always sidechain manually through volume control. So yeah, I always do it this way. It's like the first volume bit, first thing that you control the volume with in FL Studio before you actually link it to the mixer. There's no need to link this to the mixer, I'm just using it to test, but it's probably ideal if I sidechain it, because obviously if I don't, then, you know, this gives me a better idea how things would sound with sidechain synths rather than non-sidechain synths. So yeah, right. Oh shit. Kind of does suck that I sidechain manually, but I prefer doing it this way because you can just manipulate it more. There probably are better ways, but I like to do it manually because once I do like a unique drum pattern, let's just test it. Once I do like a unique drum pattern, I can adjust it accordingly. So yeah, it should sound better. I'll show you the difference, guys, if any of you don't know what sidechaining is. So oh shit, I'm just trying to level that quick. Oh, I did that too early. Delete that. See, this is where it'd be more ideal if I was if there was like the wave file here, so I actually know where the drums are hitting here, like pattern 1. All I see is just random notes and stuff from the like rack, so it's kind of harder to see it, but it's here. The kick and the snare. Can't get a hold of my damn. It's annoying because I'm not using a mouse. I'm also using like so I'm just using a laptop, so it's harder for me to control this. It's annoying. I keep going like too far. It doesn't have to be accurate though, it's fine. Right. So I can hear the difference. If I turn that off, it's like this. The drums and the synths just clash more. Doesn't sound great, does it? Whereas if I do this, things just sound nicer. Gives the drums more room to breathe, and also gives like a nice sound to the synths as well. Like a bit of movement to them. Obviously, we need a bit better synths in there, but you know, let's give it a test. Just play the whole thing in the sidechain. Does it really say thank you for trying this demo in this? Are you serious? Oh my god, that is so annoying. I did not know Silence did that. Oh wow. Wow. That is really bad. That's out of order. It doesn't, so it doesn't actually allow you to render it without it saying thank you for trying this demo. God. Holy shit. Well, that's one new thing I found out. Because I haven't actually used Silent before. Jesus. Okay. That's a weird one. It really is. We'll play it anyway with that stupid voice. Why the hell would a voice be in a render? It makes no sense. I mean, this second bit sounds perfect because there's no stupid man talking. Makes me laugh how the man talks in the actual fucking wave file. Okay, anyway. Let's just sort out the drums regardless with that guy's. What I'm gonna have to do when I use Silent to stop that man from talking, I'm just gonna have to record like the melodies, so like one at a time, say from here, like to here, and then just do them individually, like each like 4 bars, because I don't want that man talking like over Silence. That would just be frustrating. I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to like put the wave files from Silent into it. I really don't actually know. I should probably read it up, but I do want to use the sound quality of Silent and the leads on it because it does sound pretty sick. But obviously, if I can't do that, then I may as well buy it, which it costs like nearly £200. Let me just quickly show you this. I'll save this. I've got a Silent Lead preset which I should be using for this drum and bass track. Show you now. Just loading. I've got it here. And it sounds pretty decent. Sounds better than the other one. But yeah. I mean, I could take the gate away if I wanted to. Just take it down and just sound like this. Oh shit, that's wrong. Take the arpeggio out of it, obviously. I kind of like the arpeggio like this, it just makes it sound nicer. Gives it like more of a flow. So yeah, I like that. So I've kept that the way it is. Yeah, let's go back to this drum production and just make some of these drums unique, and then we'll end the video. How long have I been recording now? 45 minutes. Alright. I haven't even done too much, but anyway, let's go ahead with it. So, well, I want to change things probably. I mean, ideally I would do it here, like this bit. There's like a different, like 2 snare hits, but that's probably a bit too early. Let's get that off. Let's just play it just to get an idea of what I want to do with it. So, I mean, I could probably just leave the drums running, but here, this bit here, I'll make unique and just add another kick at the end. That'll probably sound a bit nicer. So I've just made that unique, pattern 2. So, right, what we're going to do is just add another kick right at the end. Let's play it as a pattern. Right, so I want to do this. Yeah, something like that. What's the other ride to that as well? Right, this is how it sounds. I'll quickly just make this bit unique as well, so you can actually hear that kick properly in the track. So this is all we're doing, just making things unique, just so I get the proper drum pattern ready to put in the to actually put into the proper track. Should sound decent. Right. Let's go and play it again. Play the whole thing, may as well. Well, there's no need, but just see how it sounds overall. Yeah, this kick sounded a little bit too strong. Yeah. A little too strong. I'll probably just turn it down a tad in terms of velocity, because I don't want it to be that strong. Just like a little transition, so just turn that slightly down. Not slightly down, that's turned down a lot, but something like that. And that sidechain might be a little bit too strong for it, so what I'm going to do is just bump it up a tiny bit. Just don't want the sidechain to be too heavy for the drum that's going to be hitting, you know, a bit more for the kick drum that's going to be hitting a little more gentle than the others. Probably a bit too weak, so just a little bit more. That sounds perfect. Just turn up that cymbal. It's a similar amount to the kick. Another thing I like doing during track production, guys, is I have like an ideal wallpaper for the track. You know, like if I turn it into a YouTube video, I always put it on my like desktop. I always put it as my desktop background, and I always like to play the track while looking at what it would be if it was a YouTube video. So I'll play it now. So yeah, sounds pretty sick, guys, especially when you know, see the background at the same time. Absolutely love it, but still there's so much work to do with this, guys. I need to obviously have more high quality synths and just sort out the stuff, get that damn voice out if I'm going to render silent, and also just sort out some of these drums. But these drums are going to be simple, guys. It doesn't need to be anything too complex. Maybe this end bit here I'll do something a bit more complex. I'll probably here, like this bit here is probably where I need to get an aim and break. I could maybe make my own, but I'd rather just kind of download the sample and just like EQ it, make it sound a little bit different. You know, so here I get the aim and break and just put the sample in here, and then at this bit here, I could go like, and it would just kind of make things like just hype up for the second part of the chorus, if that's the right description for it. So yeah, just put like a different drum bit right there. So I think that's all we need to do there, guys. The drums, obviously, they sound quite repetitive, but I think it's fine the way it is. Just let them roll, and then just have a little unique bit on the fourth bit here. Just let them roll and do their thing, and then maybe on the second bit, maybe add something a little bit more, like say in this second part of the track, you know, make it probably a little bit more dynamic. So maybe what I can do is the same thing here. Put that here. I know it's a little bit lazy, but fuck it. We'll do that, and we'll put that bit here. So we get a kind of earlier second kick, and then on this bit, add something different, maybe like an extra snare or like a make it. I don't know. Actually, I've got an idea for that bit there, so I'll do that in a minute. Let's just play this quick, just see how it sounds. Yeah, that's fine. Right, that sounds good. Okay. Now the idea I have for this actual bit, this middle bit, is to add the snare but back, make it really light. So let's. Have I made that unique? Yeah, this is now pattern 2. Okay. So this is how it is. So I want to add like another snare. Let's just see where I want to add this snare quick. Yeah, I think here might bad, but let's just check. Let's make it low as well. Make it pretty low. Just right. No, that's the wrong part. A little bit further forward. Let's check this out. Yeah, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want to do. That's the idea that I was thinking of. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's just quickly get that here. So where does it hit? Let's hit here. think that's the right. I think that hits. Probably don't need a sidechain for that, but let's just see how it sounds. That should be fine. Probably make it a little bit quieter though, because I don't know. You don't want that to be too. You want it to kind of sound more natural. You don't want it to be. You don't want that to be heard too much. It kind of that little snare. You kind of want it to be like more backgroundish. Like it's noticeable, but not like at the forefront of the drums. So that's how I kind of want it to be. So get it down a little bit more. See how it sounds now. That sounds fine, maybe just a little bit louder. Just out there. Now it sounds too quiet. I don't like it. Just a little bit quieter than that. And then here, probably just add like a second snare, just to make things a little bit more unique. So I'll just do this. No, that's wrong. Get used to where I'm putting these down bars. Yeah, that's good. So I'll just put that a little bit lower again, just so it's not too kind of like overpowering in that bit. A little bit quieter though, I think. It's got to be kind of similar to the other one that I did. You don't want it to be too. You don't want it to be up front. So yeah. Oh shit. What have I done here? I think that's it, isn't it? Now, I'd say on this bit here, all I need is like probably just fast kicks. I don't think I'm bothered about anything else. So let's go and do that now. So I'm just getting another one in here, make it more unique. Let's get another side chain in there and make that unique as well. And I'll change that up. So let's. Did I make that unique already? Oh, fuck it. Okay, let's do it. So what we're going to do is delete all this, get that up, just cut it, cut that too, cut out the crashes and the snares. We're just going to use the kicks. So let's just take that side chain off. We're going to fill these sorry, I just clicked that again because I thought I might have clicked over it. Doing like a double kick. Alright. I think that should sound fine. And then we'll do the same thing here. I don't know why I'm doing that. I should really be using this and then just doing that. Oh, sorry for swearing. I should really just be doing this. That's what I meant by painting it out on stream. Just doing that. That's what I meant. No, that's fine. The same thing here. That's not too much different, to be honest. Probably make things a bit too quiet. I'm an idiot with the volume here. Let's just make another one unique. So I'm new to that bit, so because I haven't produced music on FL Studio 20 before, or only on FL 10 or 11, whatever it was. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's. Oh shit. This is. Oh shit. I'm supposed to make it unique. Yeah. Right. So all I need to do. I don't actually have to worry. Just do that. And then we should be good. Oh, and also. Oh shit. Okay. But I think that should be fine because that just keeps it normal level. Let me just quickly check. No, see, that's silence, is it? And that's the last thing we want, so I need to sort this out quick. Just delete that. Just delete all the bottom ones. Just so you actually hear the end, like the tail of it, which is what you'd probably want in the track. Just sounds more natural and stuff. Alright, just leave it like that. And we're all good. Okay, let's play this bit. Perfect. That sounds perfect. So I think that's the drum pattern completed. All I need to do here is just add an aim and break, I think. EQ it, probably make it sound a little bit different, and maybe add a few more snares on it. Yeah, sound pretty sick. And then here we just got it's nothing too complex, guys, because I want the drums to just flow. Don't need to do anything too skilled or anything. It's just making things sound a little unique during the track, rather than looping everything. I mean, obviously you want the drums to flow and everything, just doing their normal thing, but at the same time, you want just a few little different kicks and a few different snares here and there. And obviously there with the aim and break, things would sound a bit more dynamic. So I think we've got the drum dynamics sorted, along with at the same time just letting things roll as well. So let's quickly play this. I could put a master on it as well, just so it sounds a little bit better. This is how I master things, by the way. Oh, so yeah, I've just turned them off. This is how I master things. I've just got two Maximus, two to master RMS, and it actually sounds pretty damn decent. How long have I been recording now? 1 hour 6 minutes. That was probably what I was aiming for. So, what have we achieved so far in this video? Well, we've achieved. I mean, we've got the melody I want. Obviously, you can hear the damn guy's voice from silence, but I'm pretty sure if I record things shorter, then hopefully that voice won't be heard. And if not, I just have to attempt to do it without his voice being heard. So maybe it just gets recorded like halfway through every single wave you record with silent. I really don't know, but we'll have to see. Because there's a lot of things I don't know about it yet. Right, let's get that off. Let's play it, and this is what we have so far. Actually, probably best to. Oh no, I think that should be fine. Hopefully that doesn't silence it. Let's just quickly check. No, it doesn't. Right, that's good. Don't know why it silenced it over here and it doesn't silence it here. Strange. Maybe because I just cut off the automation clip and that's the end of it. I don't know. Right. Let's play it. And drums is what we're supposed to be doing. Just I layered the snare, which is what I wanted to do. I think that's all we needed to do really. I don't need to do too much. That sound good with a master. We got the kicks done. Some of the dynamics here. I'm going to get the aim and break here and got that extra kick there. I think it'd be decent for the track. So let's play it. We can kind of look at that nice image while we're playing of the sunset. So let's do it. That sounded quite bad there, guys, that snare, to be fair. That did sound quite bad. Maybe best to turn that down. It did not sound great, did it, to be fair? That really did not sound great. I was expecting that to sound a little bit better. Maybe I've made it too loud. I think this is the bit. And on the master it sounds stronger. Let's just make that quieter. It'll sound much better when it's quieter. I think it's probably too loud here on pattern 3, so yeah. It's all about, just correcting things and making sure, you may think it would sound good at one point, but then when you actually replay it, it doesn't sound great at all. That's why I like playing things all the way through sometimes. So I just kind of know what's going on with it. So it kind of gives you an idea of how it would sound in the actual track, rather than testing it for like 5 seconds and being like, oh, that sounds good. I need to test it out for the whole track, really, I'm guessing. So, right, let's try this again. Hopefully it sounds good. That sounds alright. I think the side chain will probably be a little bit too strong for this, so probably just turn it up a bit. See how that'll do. Let's test that out. Just play the second half this time. Sounds a bit better. I'm still not sure about some of those drum dynamics, but I think they sound alright. This snare bit here is kind of what I didn't like. Maybe add a little side chain to it. Might just kind of give the snare a little bit more kind of, I mean, I'd have to side chain everything again completely, guys. But if I'm doing this now, then at least I'll know what I'll be doing for the actual real synths I'm going to be using and how they would sound with the actual drums now. So it's kind of saved me a little bit of time instead of testing it out then. I'm testing it out now, so when we actually use the proper synths that I want to use, then you know, I'd know what to do with those certain drum hits. So we've add a little side chain to that, just a little one though. Something like that. It should sound alright, let's quickly see. And it's because the snare isn't strong enough. Maybe make it a little too quiet. Alright, just up a little bit. That should be fine. I might not include that snare thing if I don't like the sound of it in the end. But I think we're pretty much done now, guys. We can sort most of this stuff out in the next video. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to be getting these drums and rendering them so we can put them in the actual real track, the actual real timeline that I want to use a track for. Because I always produce things in WAV files, but I always produce the actual track file in WAV files because there's no lag and things are just, you can just hear things clearly without them going wrong. So it doesn't use so much CPU. It's quite a slow process, but I prefer doing it that way, so you actually know what you're hearing, because there's nothing worse than producing music than when it lags and you can't actually hear things properly. It sucks. You want to hear things fluently. That's the best way you're going to figure out what sounds good and what doesn't. So yeah, we may as well just play the rest of this track before I end the video. So yeah, let's do it. So I guess that's all. I mean, if I was to replay it here, after you once I get that kick, and then it would take me back to the start here. Let's see how it sounds here. Start it just this bit. Alright, obviously it sounds decent, but obviously there's a lot more shit we need to do. We need to use completely different synths to these. They're going to be similar, they're going to sound similar, but obviously I want them to be a little bit more high quality. And I'm going to layer them. I need to layer the bass, I need to layer the chords, I need to add different things to it as well. Maybe add a bit of white noise too. And then things will sound a lot more layered, they'll sound a lot more nice. And yeah, that's what we're going to do in the next FL Studio video. But yeah, all we did, basically what this video was for was just to do the drums. I layered the snare. I mean, it's quite crazy I just took an hour just to layer the snare and do some of the drum dynamics, but I work quite slowly with stuff like this because obviously, I don't know, I'm either a slow worker or I just correct things a lot. I don't know. Figure out for yourself. It doesn't matter anyway because it's not how fast you make it. It's the finished product is what matters most. So yeah, all I can say is thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we're going to carry on this track production soon. I don't know when, but it should be soon. And also we're going to sort out those synths. And also actually, yeah, I need to get that aim and break in there as well. And it should sound pretty sick. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you soon, guys.